I almost ran her over at exactly 12:17 a.m. I was driving alone on Route 66, somewhere between Arizona and New Mexico, when the headlights caught something white standing in the middle of the road. At first, I thought it was debris, a sheet, an animal. Then it moved. I slammed the brakes so hard the car skidded sideways, tires screaming against the asphalt. The engine died. The radio cut to static. And for a moment there was nothing but silence. She stood there, illuminated by my headlights. A woman, wearing a wedding dress. The fabric was torn and stained the color of old rust. The veil clung to her hair, heavy with dust, like it had been dragged across the desert for miles. Her bare feet were cracked and bleeding, but she didn't seem to notice. She didn't look injured. She looked lost. I rolled down the window halfway. "Are you okay?" I asked. She lifted her head slowly. Her face was pale, too pale, and her eyes reflected the light in a way that made my stomach twist. "I'm trying to get home," she said. Her voice was calm, almost polite. I glanced around. There were no houses, no gas stations, no lights of any kind, just an endless stretch of road and the desert swallowing everything beyond the beams of my headlights. "You shouldn't be out here," I said. "It's not safe." She tilted her head. "Neither should you." That's when I noticed something wrong. There were no tire tracks behind her, no footprints in the dust. And yet, the closer she stepped toward my car, the colder the air became. I should have driven away. Every instinct I had was screaming at me to hit the gas and never look back. But instead, I unlocked the passenger door. The moment she sat down beside me, I realized something was wrong. The road ahead no longer looked like Route 66. It looked like it never ended. I didn't ask her name. Maybe part of me was afraid that if I did, it would make her real in a way I couldn't undo. She sat perfectly still, hands folded in her lap, staring straight ahead. The smell of dust and something faintly metallic filled the car. I told myself it was rust, old fabric, anything but blood. I turned the key. The engine coughed, then came back to life. The radio flickered on for half a second. "Missing since August 1936. Then silence. "Did you hear that?" I asked. She didn't answer. The road stretched forward, unnaturally straight. I drove for what felt like 10 minutes. The gas gauge didn't move. The clock stayed frozen at 12:17 a.m. Finally, she spoke. "They said he would come back for me." "Who?" I asked. "My husband." I glanced at her dress again. The stitching was old-fashioned, yellowed lace. This wasn't a costume. "When was your wedding?" "August." "What year?" She turned to me. 1936. I pulled over. The car stopped on the shoulder. My hands were shaking. I grabbed my phone. No signal. No time. Only my reflection and her veil behind me in the glass. I turned. She was smiling. "He never came," she said, "so I waited." "For how long?" "For as long as it took for someone else to stop." I would later learn what happened in 1936, about Eleanor Whitmore, about the reports of a bride seen walking the highway, about the wrecks. Sitting there with her beside me, I already knew the truth. She wasn't trying to get home. She was trying not to be alone, and the road was helping her. The radio changed. Old swing music played beneath the sound of engines, dozens of them, cars, other cars. "They're all still driving," she said. "Some of them have been for a very long time." We passed a wreck from the 1940s. A skeleton slumped behind the wheel. "I remember him," she whispered. The road widened. Vehicles from different decades appeared, frozen, abandoned, forgotten. "All of them stopped," she said. "All of them asked questions." "What happens to them?" "They choose." Her veil stretched across the floor, curling around my feet. "To drive," she said, "or to walk." The road beneath us rippled like water. I tried to turn off. The car snapped back onto the highway. The clock changed. 12:18 a.m. "You're the first," she said. "The first what?" "To make it move. What happens at 12:19? That's when I ask you to stay." The clock ticked. The road pulsed. The radio filled with overlapping voices. They all said the same thing. They thought it was just a ride. "There's an exit coming," I said. "Yes," she replied. "There always is." The sign appeared. "Whitmore Creek, next right." "That's where it ends," she said. "For one of us." The water below twisted unnaturally. "I didn't die there," she said. "I became part of it." The clock changed. 12:19 a.m. She grabbed my hand. "Stay. What happens if I do?" "You'll drive, and I'll rest. And when someone else stops?" Her grip tightened. "You won't remember asking that." I understood then. The road didn't trap people. It offered relief. I pulled my hand free. "I'm sorry." Her eyes turned black. "Then walk." I took the exit. I woke up near dawn. My car was wrecked near Whitmore Creek. The police said I was lucky. They never found another body. They never asked about the dress. But sometimes, late at night, when the radio slips into static, I hear her voice, still polite, still waiting, and every time I pass that stretch of road, the sign is closer. Whitmore Creek. 1 mile. The road is learning.